Today, we're going to talk about the age-old question of where to live. Once people decide where to move to Mexico, two popular areas are Queretaro or San Miguel de Allende. Today, we're going to talk about why we chose Queretaro over San Miguel de Allende. For those who don't remember, I'm Roddy.
I'm Landy.
And together, and with our son Louis, we talk about our life as expats living abroad. So, what's one of the first reasons that we chose Queretaro over San Miguel?
Number one reason is the size.
Right. Queretaro overall is considered a bigger city with a population of over 1 million people. It offers a lot more things to do.
Yeah, I think San Miguel de Allende, it looks very pretty on Instagram pictures, everything. But for living there, I think size-wise, for me, it's a little bit too small. San Miguel de Allende is still a town, and Querétaro is a city.
Right, and with the bigger populations comes more things to do. Again, there's more malls and movies and just attractions all around. There's more museums, restaurants to choose from. Now, again, for some people, they may like that smaller, more closed feeling community, right? Again, and not that San Miguel doesn't offer things like museums and restaurants. They have a great food culture there. But again, it just becomes a personal choice. And for us, we wanted a little bit bigger city that offers more things to do.
Yeah. I think number two thing I didn't choose San Miguel is because of the healing.
The hills.
Yeah,
right.
The lot of hills.
Right. And again, the main reason we thought about that, or that was a factor for us, was because we had a small child when we first moved. Having Louis as a 1-year-old, he had just barely turned 1, I believe, when we moved to Querétaro, was having to push him around on a stroller. And having to push a toddler around with all the equipment up and down hills just didn't seem like something that we wanted to do on a daily basis.
Right.
So for us, again, Querétaro is a little bit more flat as far as the city itself, which makes it a little bit easier to kind of push around a stroller and carry a toddler or a small baby with you all over the place.
Yeah, Querétaro still has hills, but very randomly in one area.
Right.
Right. So most areas are pretty flat.
So another thing that we liked about Querétaro was its proximity to the airport. As again, what we were looking for was an easy way to escape. If we wanted to go to different areas, beaches, or come back home to Houston, the airport is much closer. I mean, you're talking about maybe at least an hour closer. From where we were, it took about maybe 45 minutes. If you're in San Miguel de Allende, you're probably looking like at an hour and 45 minutes, give or take.
Right.
So again, being a little closer to the airport definitely was a consideration for something that we like to do. And if you don't want to travel around as much and you like to stay put, hey, then maybe it's not as important.
Yes. Yeah, as the airport, no matter for domestic travel or travel back to the U.S., it's just much easier.
Right. What else? With Querétaro, it's definitely much more, even though it's a bigger town, it's a much more local kind of Mexican city, right? San Miguel de Allende does have a big expat community.
Yeah, that's like 20% people are expats in San Miguel de Allende. Yeah. And
again, if you were to put 20% expats in a city like Querétaro, it may not feel as many because it's a bigger city. But with San Miguel de Allende being so small, you definitely see a lot more expats around. So, you definitely, if you like being around expats and you want that little easy transition to a Mexican culture, then maybe San Miguel is actually a better place because you're going to have a lot more English speakers. But if you want that little bit more what people call authentic feeling or Mexico feeling, Querétaro may be the better choice because, again, you're going to see a lot less expats around.
Right. Yeah, for me, because I don't speak Spanish very well and Rod speaks Spanish, so that's a big help. If for me by myself, probably I would not choose Querétaro.
Right.
I would choose maybe San Miguel or Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, maybe Ajic or something like that.
Yeah, maybe not Ajic.
No,
it's a little bit, the age-wise, it's too old for me.
What else? There's less expats. And one of the best things, by living in Querétaro, is that you're still so close to San Miguel de Allende, right? Depending on where you are, you're going to be about an hour away from San Miguel de Allende, so you can enjoy all the things of San Miguel de Allende without having to live there.
Yeah, it's like a drive to Banao, about a 1 hour driving for ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, you can take a bus. The bus also about a 1 hour.
Right.
Yeah, that's also easy for if you don't have a car.
And so I think one of the last things also, and we kind of mentioned it throughout the video, is just in general, Querétaro is a much more modern city, right? There's a lot more modern amenities. We mentioned things like the malls. They got 3 very modern malls. They have multiple modern hospitals, so they got a great healthcare system. Again, not that you can't find things like that in San Miguel. You just get them on a much bigger and grander scale in Querétaro.
Yeah, San Miguel de Allende does have a big mall, has a big plaza, but scale-wise, it's still much smaller. It's not comparable to Andea Mall or any other malls in Querétaro.
Right.
But if you don't care that part, then maybe San Miguel is for you.
Right. What else? Any other last things we want to put in there?
Now, I think also for the price-wise, for lots of food price, as San Miguel de Allende is so popular as an expat hub, so it's kind of a lot of places they sell you things in dollar.
Right. I think just in general, Querétaro is a little bit less expensive, whether it's housing or food or restaurants.
Yeah.
If you want to save a little bit of money or have your dollar be stretched a little further, then I think Querétaro is definitely the place to choose.
Yeah, of course, you live there, you still can go to some more local restaurants.
Right.
But there are also more expats, like
Right.
US dollar priced restaurants there.
Right. So these are some things you may want to consider when you're trying to decide between San Miguel or Querétaro. Let us know what you think. Any other things we forgot?
Yeah, for us, I think Querétaro was better that time.
Yeah, definitely was the right choice for us at the time.
Yeah, and also add on one more thing. That time when I compared to San Miguel de Allende and also Guanajuato, we also didn't choose Guanajuato that moment.
Right.
I think one of the reasons is the hills.
Yeah. But that's for another topic on a later date.
Yeah,
Right?
just mention a little bit here.
So thanks for listening. Again, if you like what you hear, subscribe. We love to subscribe, leave comments, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.